Hi all. So today we'll discuss about operators. So in last class we discussed about type conversion and data types and all. Today the topic name is operator, and what is actually the operator? We can consider operators as a symbol which will tell our compiler what sort of action has to be done based on the symbols that are being used. Okay, so let me just write the heading. And if you see what I just have a simple boiler code that was present. And here I'm writing the heading as, oh, it's better to write it like this. Operators. Okay. In this operators, there are again various types of operators, which we'll discuss one by one today. The first one you can consider as arithmetic operator. That is nothing but it is related to maths. Right? In this arithmetic operator, these are again classified into three branches. First one is named as unary. Unary. Second one is named as binary. And the third one is named as ternary. Okay. What did I say? Operator is a symbol, right? So in unary, we have a symbol called, before showing the symbol, let me again classify this as these are again classified into two types. The one is prefix, I can say. Prefix, and the second one is the postfix. Okay, now what is the difference here? This in prefix, the symbol comes before the variable name, whereas in the postfix, the symbol comes after the variable name. So what are the symbols here? The symbols can be minus minus or plus plus. Okay, and after this there will be a variable name. Okay, so pre means it is before. Whereas in postfix, the variable name will be like this, and then there will be a minus minus symbol, or we can say plus plus. Yeah. Now, what is this? Like, what's happening here? What is this minus minus? What does plus plus do? So to understand that, like, let's say if we have a variable like int a equal to 10. Okay, and you want to update the value of a to, let's say, 11, then what you are going to do, a equal to 10 plus 1 you will say. Therefore, what will be the value of a? It will be 11, right? The value of a will be 11. But instead of writing it in this way, there is a short way. What is the short way to write this? You can simply do a plus plus without any equal to or anything. Just by doing a plus plus, what will happen? Your value of a equal to 10 will be updated to a equal to 11. So if you just do south a, the answer that should be displayed here is 11. Clear? Similarly, instead of plus plus, if you do a minus minus, then the answer, whatever is your initial value, that is 10, it will be 1 minus. So that if you do this, then the answer will be 9 for our particular exam. Clear? Okay, so now I hope you have got the meaning of plus plus and minus minus. Now let's try to understand what is prefix and postfix. Okay, in prefix, what happens is here in prefix, first value is changed, value change. Then it will be in use. Let's say value use. Okay, it may not be a perfect what I can say definition, like what is this? Statements, but it's very easy to understand. Whereas in postfix, first what will happen? First value will be used. Okay, value will be used, and then value will be changed. Okay, a bit reverse. Now, what is this? What is value is changing? What is value is using? Like, if you are confused with that, let me again take an example. So let's say now I have a equal to 10. Okay, now I create one more variable b. I have to write here int at the beginning. Even here I have to write as int. And here, if I do a plus plus, okay, and if I do south a and b, like okay, let me just, if I do south, let's say a and b, so a will return us what? So if you see, a is getting updated here. So obviously a's value should be increased. So let's say a value will be increased to 11. Whereas b's value, what it will be? B's value will be 10. Why? Because here, if you see, what is this? This comes under postfix, right? First, we have a variable name and then a symbol. And first here, value is used. So here, value is used means value is first assigned. and then value is changed. Value is changed means nothing. We can say value is updated. Okay, even here change means nothing. Value is updated. So then the value when it is first used, that is first 10 is assigned to B, then it is updated. So it will be updated as 11. Okay, in case if you do it in reverse way, like let's say now if you do like this, P equal to plus A, first it will update. So if you see this comes under which? It comes under prefix. First we have the symbol, then the variable name. So first what will happen? Value change, that is nothing but it will update. So first it will be 11. Then it will do value use. That is nothing but it will first use this value to B. And if you print now A comma B, this both should return us 11 and 11. Clear? So let's experiment this. So for this, what I'll do, I'll practically write int, let's say A equal to 10. I'm taking the same example. Then here I'm doing in next line, int B equal to, let's say A plus plus. Okay, and now I'm doing south. South A and plus B. Clear? And if I run it now, okay, if you see here at the output, what is mentioned? Just okay, let me this one. Okay, if you see here, what is the output here? It's 11 and 10. What I have done, I have done A plus plus. A plus plus is what? It's a postfix. Postfix. Okay. Now let me do prefix. Prefix instance, I have to give the symbol first. So I'll give few. So I'll do plus A, and then if I run it. So if you see the answer now, what is the answer now? The answer now is updated to 11. So both the values are being 11. 11. So here, as we discussed, it will first change the value and then update. Clear? Okay. So I hope everything is clear till here. So you have understood the meaning of prefix and the postfix and the symbol unary operator. Okay. And most probably when you are going to try at home, you are going to face an error. Like if you do not use the proper quotation mark. Okay, so what may be the error? Now, like most of the students, they got this error. Like they just simply did the same thing, but in print statement, in the print statement, what they did is they did A plus quotation mark plus B. Okay, so again, if you are from Python background, like it may look the same thing. Like the quotation mark, everything will be same because in Python, we don't have any differentiation between double quotation and single quotation. But here, as we knew, that a single quotation is used for what? A character. Okay, and we discussed yesterday what? We discussed something called as type promotion, right? So what is type promotion? If it is anything like, let's say what it was, character, short, and byte. So if there are any equation in this, it is first converting into integer. So if you use like single quotation instead of double quotation, this will return you answer something, let's say like 57 if I am not wrong. Okay, why it's happening? Because this is considered as a character and this is converted into an integer, and then it is adding these values. Okay, so for example, let's try that. So let's explore this. So here I'll give single quotation, spacebar single quotation, and if I run it now, oh, it's 54. Okay, why? Like, let's see what values we know. We know the value of A, that when character A is converted to integer, it will be like 97, right? So let's update this as A and see if we get. So if you see 97 plus we are getting 11, and it will be converted into 190. Okay, so most of them had pinged me for this doubt. So that's why I'm saying it once again here. Okay, clear. So once we have done with this, now I hope the unary part is completed. Let's move to the next part, that is binary. Let me erase this thing. Okay. So let's take a different color to differentiate it properly. And okay, In binary, it is same. Binary is easy because here the operators that you use are similar to what you use in your math. So like it is plus, minus, multiplication, and the last like division. So these are the basic things that you have been using, and there is nothing much rocket science in this. But here we have one more special thing that is named as modulus. Okay. Now, what is this? Like, what is modulus here? So let's take an example to understand this. So I'll take any number, like let's say 7. Okay. So we all know how we divide a 7. Like if we want to divide a 7 by 2, we do it like this: 2 by 7. 2 3s are, let's say, 6. And we have the remainder as what? 1. Okay. So if you write 7%, they say percent, but it is actually called as modulus in the programming. 7 modulus of 2, this will give you what? 1. So what it is returning? It is returning this. This is what? Remainder. Okay. So this is mostly used by like to identify odd numbers, even numbers. So how will you identify an even number? Any number that is divisible by 2 is an even number, right? How will you check the like if it is divisible? Like whenever you divide by 2 and if you get the remainder as 0, then you say like it's an even number. So for that cases, what we say, 2 by 8, 2 4s are 8, and here we get what? 0. Right? So for every even number, we get something like this, 0. So whenever you want like this remainder, 0, 1, or any changing this value, you have to use this symbol. Okay, the percent symbol, which is known as modulus. Okay, let's quickly do one example on that also. And apart from that, whatever you have plus, minus, multiplication, those are very basic. So I'll just tend to ignore it. And let me write this. I'll not create any variable just to save the time. I'll remove this. And here I'm directly going to say, let's say 8 space bar modulus of 2. Okay, and if I run it, you see, we got the remainder as 0, which we practically did it. Okay, so if it is any number, let's say 7, and if I run it, it should give us 1 because it's a odd. Clear? It's not only with 2, you can use any number, like let's say 10, and here I'll say 70, something like that. So here we got again 0. Clear? Okay. So once we are done with modulus, the third one is ternary operator. And for time being, we are just going to skip this ternary operator. Why? We will do this once we reach our if else. That is nothing but in our next class, we'll try to discuss this ternary operator. Right? So we are clear with unary, we are clear with binary. Okay. So let's proceed with the next one. That is nothing but our next operator is relational operator. Relational operator, or we can also say it as comparison operator. Comparison. Okay, whatever you prefer. Okay, so what are the operators here? Here it is nothing but greater than, or less than, or greater than, less than equal to, greater than equal to. Right? And if you want to compare two values, then you like if they are equal, then you use double equal to. And the last thing, if you like want to say they both are not equal, then you will use not equal to. Okay, so the name itself tells us comparison. You are comparing between two values, right? A and B, like if they are greater or smaller. So these are the operators that comes in comparison operator or the relational operator, right? And whenever you use this operator, there will be always a particular type of data returning, that is a Boolean data. Okay, yesterday we discussed what is Boolean data. That is nothing but it is having true and false. And the memory space that occupies is 1 byte. Right? So for example, let's say I have int a equal to 8. And let's say int b equal to 4. And if I do south, let's say a less than b. Now, is this true? Is a less than b? No. So this will return us an output as false. Okay. In case if I do it reverse, that is if a is greater than b. So is a greater than b? Okay. Then for this particular condition, what it will return? It will return it as true. Okay. Similarly, you can use different operators like equal to compare if they are equal and all. So let me just do it quickly here. So instead of here, what I'll say 8 greater than 2. Okay, and if I run it, if you see at the bottom here, what is displayed? It is displayed as true. Okay, if I do double equal to and run it, it should return as false as it did. Okay, in case if I do not equal to, then it should return as true because they both are not equal. Clear? So I hope you have understood the relational operator also. It was basic, simple, nothing much rocket science here. So let's go with the next operator. Close that. Cool. So the next operator we have is known as logical operator. So let me just write it here. That is logical operator. Logical operator. Okay, I hope like most of you will be already aware about this. That is nothing but AND operator or OR operator. Okay, the symbols here used are this. This is nothing but AND. Then we have something called as this is nothing but OR. And there is one more. That is this. This is not. Okay, now what is AND, what is OR? So to understand this, let's see. So with the help of this, we just understood we are getting what? We are getting two values like true or false. These are the two types of data we are getting. Okay, and let's say you have a statement 1. Let's say A greater than B. And statement 2. Let's say C less than, let's say D. Something like that. I just don't want to have a comparison right now. Okay. Like this, C less than D. So this is one comparison and this is one. Okay, let's say this gives you true and this gives you false. And based on this, you have to come up with some sort of logic. That time, what you use is a AND operator or OR operator or NOT operator. Okay, so like to understand what is now AND. So whenever you have like, let's say statement 1 and statement 2, it's not with just two statements. You can have multiple statements. But I'm discussing with just for two statements. So I'll just write here 1 second. Yes. So statement 1. And here I'm going to write as statement 2. Okay. Let's say when the statement 1 is true and the statement 2 is also true. And if you are using the AND operator, okay, if you are using, okay, let me 1 second. Let me write it 1 second. Because now it will be clear. Okay, I'll draw it line like this. Okay, so if I have statement 1 and statement 2. Okay, if the statement 1 is true and the statement 2 is also true, then AND is what? It will obviously say it is a true. Okay, whereas even OR will say it is true. If it is false, and even here it is false, then obviously AND is going to say false and OR is also going to say false. Okay, so still now there is no difference. But now in case we have true here and false here, what will AND say? It will say false itself. So even if there is one false value, it is going to say false. Whereas OR will say even if there is one true value, it is going to say true. Doing the opposite of this, that is false here and true here, this will still return the false value here. And here it is going to return the true value. Okay, clear? So I hope you are clear with this AND operator and the OR operator. Okay, so now once we are done with this, coming to NOT is nothing but it is just going to change whatever values you have. So if you have done like AND, like if you just say, for example, 2 greater than 1. Okay, this will return us what? This will return us true. Okay, but in case if you just add a symbol this in front of like this parenthesis, what this will return now is it will return false. Okay, well, because what will not do? Not will just change the value. So from true, it will make it to false. From false, it will make it to true. Okay, so this is like most frequently and mostly used these operators all like AND, OR, and NOT. And we'll just check in our like once we start solving the conditional statements and all those stuff. Okay, so let me just clear the screen and let's have it quickly. close this. Okay, let's practically do it once. So I have what? So let's say I have parentheses is first of all 8 greater than 2. Is it true? Yes. It's true, right? Now after this, I'm going to use AND operator. And here I will give a false condition. Like let's say what 5 is less than let's say 10, which is it's correct, right? I have to give 5 is less than 4, which is wrong. So what should this return us? This should return us false, because here it is a false condition. Okay, however, we still have one true, but it is having a false condition here, so it should return us false. And if you see, as expected, we got a false value. And in case if I remove this and I updated it with the straight line, that is nothing but 2 straight lines are OR operator. And if I do it like this and run it, you see, we get a true. Okay, because we just now discussed if there is any one single true value also present in OR operator, it is always going to return what? True. Okay, clear. So I hope we are done with this. So what all we have? We discussed arithmetic operator, relational operator. Is there anything else? Okay, the last one is left. Okay, there are a few more, but let's go with the. Let's have a green. And the last one here is relational operator. No, sorry, the relational is already done, right? So here it is assignment operator. Assignment operator. Okay, so what are assignment operator? Assigning it's nothing but like the name itself states that you are assigning one value from other. Like for example, let's say when you do a equal to 8. Now what you are doing, you are assigning the 8th value to the a, right? This is what equal to. This is also a symbol, and what we discussed, symbol is nothing but like an operator here. So here we can say the operators are like equal to, plus equal to, minus equal to, multiplication equal to, division equal to. Okay, so I hope you will be clear with this concept, but the doubt is what is this? That is plus equal to, minus equal to, what is this? So this you can understand with the help of, let's say you have done a equal to a plus, let's say any one value, 2 or 1, anything. Okay, if it was 1, you could have directly used this prefix and all, prefix or postfix based on what is the required. Here what I did, plus 2. Okay, instead of write, so what this will do, initially our a is what? Initially our a is 8, as we see here, and 8 plus 2, this should give us an output of 10. Okay, but this thing can be similarly written as a plus equal to 2. And it is nothing but the same thing what we have written here in the long format. It is a short format of this, like the same thing. So these both are same. So this will still give us an output as 10. Clear? Few may argue that what is the short here? We are just writing one more word and all. But when you do some competitive programming and all, it is mostly preferred this type. Okay, why? There is a slight difference, like we can say a nanoseconds of difference, but when you write a bunch of lot of codes, even executing this will save you a nanosecond, and like it will be very helpful when you have lot of codes. Okay, so yeah, that's it with plus equal to, and similarly you can use any, like if you do multiplication, it will just multiply and give those all values. Okay, so that's it with the what it is, assignment operator. Let's practically do it one of them. So here what I'll do is I'll just remove this, and what I have to do is plus equal to, right? So for that I have to first create a variable. Let's say int a equal to, let's say I have 10. Okay, and now what I'm doing, int b equal to what we sorry, you have to do plus equal to, right? Plus equal to, let's say 5. Okay, and b plus, oh sorry, okay, I didn't create b itself, right? We have a. So we are, what we are doing, we are doing a plus equal to 5, and we are not creating any new variable of it. The same thing, we are updating it, right? So b plus equal to 5. So we are updated it. And if I display a here, so you should be able to see 15. Okay, 15. So whatever I have written it, this is nothing but same what I have done. A equal to a plus 5. Okay, so the line number 5 and line number 4 are both same, but if you use line number 4, it is going to save you a bit of time, you can say. So if you see, even the output is 15. Clear? Okay, so I hope you have understood till here. And there is one more last operator that is known as bitwise operator. Let me just write it here. So the last topic that is left is bitwise operator. Bitwise operator. This again we will be discussing in our bit manipulation when we'll have a section on bit manipulation. That time we'll discuss it in detail. So for time being, we are going to skip bitwise operator, and we are also skipping what? Ternary operator. Okay, this will be in our next video itself, so need not worry of this. And once we are reaching the bit manipulation video, that time we'll be discussing about bitwise operator. Clear? So I hope you have understood all the types of operators in Java. Okay, so that's it for today's class, and we'll meet in next class. Okay, chalo, bye.